Remember, remember, the 5th of November, the gunpowder, treason, and plot. I know of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. But what of the man? I know his name was Guy Fawkes, and I know in 1605 he attempted to blow up the Houses of Parliament. But who was he really? What was he like? We are told to remember the idea, not the man, because a man can fail. He can be caught, he can be killed and forgotten, but 400 years later, an idea can still change the world. I've witnessed firsthand the power of ideas. I've seen people kill in the name of them and die defending them. But you cannot kiss an idea. You cannot touch it or hold it. Ideas do not bleed. They do not feel pain. They do not love. And it is not an idea that I miss. It is a man that made me remember the 5th of November, a man that I will never forget. Let's talk about that, shall we? Hey there, everybody, and welcome to Real Time, where we are live talking about film and television and everything in between. I am your host, Mustafa Talib, with Cinemaking Productions. And again, thank you all so much for tuning in and joining. It is the 5th of November. Coincidentally, the day we're supposed to be finding out who our next president of the United States will be. And I thought that, in a way, is quite poetic. I will be looking over at the live chat, if y'all want to say what's up, have any questions, comments, concerns of any of that, I'll be looking over. And I'm very excited about this episode because I do want to talk about one of the great films of our time, which is so relevant to what we are experiencing, and that is V for Vendetta. I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely loved this movie. The power behind it, the ideology, the message that it spread, is so powerful, so powerful, so moving to know that we can live in a world that, or these ideas can be a reality for a lot of people. So it was a very not disturbing movie. It was a thinking movie. It made you think a lot about what was going on, in our time when this movie came out. But also, like, it's supposed to be set in the future. It's set, the setting is in the UK, so it doesn't apply to the American government, but it could easily be applied. One of the most famous quotes, which I will be going over a lot in this live stream, is people should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people. And I think that's so profound, and it's so I don't want to say inspiring, but it makes you think, how our government systems are meant to be operated versus how they are perceived. So it's very, very moving. One of my favorite films that came out in the later 2000s. Actually, let me look it up real quick. Vendetta release date. It came out March 17th in 2006, and yet it is still relevant. The writers, Lana and Lily Wachowski, the creators of the Matrix trilogy, and being with Warner Brothers, and I think it was a brilliant move to have none other than Hugo Weaving as part of the Warner Brothers family to portray V from V for Vendetta. He did an amazing job. Just his eloquence and delivery. The story, from what I understand, is based off of a DC comic, so it is part of the DC world. Um, one of the I'm telling you, like they wrote the film, the Wachowskis, and so they're very eloquent in their dialogue. Just like in the first Matrix. The second and third one were a little bit like, okay, where's this going? Really great action and whatever, but what were they really pushing for in terms of their dialogue? It seemed a little weird to me. It didn't have enough, I think, oomph in it, like this film, V for Vendetta. So the famous quote as well, from V when he's introducing himself to Evie. Let's see if I can get this right. Voila! In view a humble veteran, cast vicariously as both victim and villain by the vicissitudes of fate. This visage, no more veneer of vanity, is a vestige of the vox populi. Populi? Yeah. Now vacant, vanished. However, this valorous visitation of a bygone vexation stands vivified and has vowed to vanquish these venal and virulent vermin, vanguarding vice and vouchsafing the violently vicious and voracious violation of volition. Carves the V into poster of the wall. The only verdict is vengeance, a vendetta held as a votive, not in vain, but for the value and veracity of such shall one day vindicate the vigilant and the virtuous. Verily, oh boy, this is a hard one. Vichyssoise? I have no idea. Vichyssoise. I'll look it up. Of verbiage, veers most verbose. So let me simply add that it's my very good honor to meet you, and you may call me V. Wow. That is a mouthful. Again, hats off to Hugo Weaving for such an astounding performance portraying V in this film. Another very, I'll talk about this a little bit, very funny and popular quote. Evie is in the bunker with Dietrich, and she asks him, "What's that?" And he goes, "It's a copy of the Quran, 14th century." And then she asks, "Are you Muslim?" And he goes, "No, I'm in television." Which, I mean, that little dialogue says and speaks volumes. Myself being Muslim, we're not portrayed in the media fairly. We're not given the platform to tell our story, tell our narrative, be who we truly are in our nature. Rather, others are talking about us and painting us as as a community as this negative, barbaric religion that we follow. And with that, because the power of television, the power of media, which I constantly emphasize here over and over, which, I'm glad we have platforms like YouTube, like Vimeo, and the like, where we can try to have a voice and be heard and be represented like we should be in mainstream media. But of course, mainstream media in television and in movies, over and over again, with the exception of a few, tend to paint us in this weird way, and then either in a very barbaric way in the beginning or in a misrepresentative way. Like it's always weird situations. A Muslim woman who wears the hijab is somehow has to take it off for some reason to reveal her beauty. Like it's just always something like that. So the misrepresentation of Muslims in television. So that little dialogue right there, so powerful, right? Of course not. I'm not Muslim. I'm in television. Kind of in your face kind of thing. And I think, again, it's so profound, so important that we address that and we talk about that. Funny enough, going off of that subject, last night I felt like watching the 1992 Disney classic animated film, Aladdin. And it was funny because on Disney Plus, I tuned in, I turned it on, and I took a picture of this little preview. And I thought it was so interesting that before you get to watch the movie, it's like about 10 seconds, and it has this disclaimer. It says, and I'm quoting here, "This program includes negative depictions and or mistreatment of people or cultures. These stereotypes were wrong then and are wrong now. Rather than remove this content, we want to acknowledge its harmful impact, learn from it, and spark conversation to create a more inclusive future together. Disney is committed to creating stories with inspirational and aspirational themes that reflect the rich diversity of the human experience around the globe. To learn more about how stories have impacted society, visit blah, 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 blah." Right? And I just find that so funny. I love the movie. Yes, it is an incorrect representation of, Middle Eastern people, the Muslim Islam, right, as a religion, and trying to make everybody so exotic or whatever. But as a film, I loved it. It was great. Robin Williams, the only best genie out there. Sorry, Will Smith. But I just found that to be funny. That was like, I feel like there is some sincerity in it, but I also feel like this is Disney trying to cover themselves from any lawsuits because they know how popular the film is, and so they want to keep it on the platform, but they say they want to, spark conversation about diversity and whatever. It's still not going to change people's mind because, again, the power of media, the power of influence, pushing for ideas, in our everyday life. Anyway, I digress. Let's see, some more popular quotes that are very, very deep. Beneath this mask, V says this to Mr. Creedy, I think the Prime Minister. "Beneath this mask, there is more than flesh. Beneath this mask, there is an idea, Mr. Creedy, and ideas are bulletproof." Wow. Just so profound that you can kill a person, but you cannot kill an idea. You will not be able to destroy an ideology that the masses follow. You cannot. You can try as hard as you can, but if somebody has full conviction in something and they really believe in something, be it their religious beliefs, their morals, their values, you cannot kill it. It will live on forever. And that, my friends, is legacy. And I absolutely love it. I will definitely will be watching this after this live stream. So just a quick little pause for a second. And if y'all enjoy this live stream, give it a thumbs up and make sure you are subscribed. Right now, alhamdulillah, we're at 905 subscribers. I'm very excited about that. My goal, inshallah, is to have 1,000 subscribers before the end of 2020. So share the channel with others. Let others get on it and subscribe. I'd really, really appreciate it. Since we're on a break, I might as well announce that make sure you tune in on Saturday, November 7th at 6 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to have a very, very awesome guest coming on the show. We're going to be keeping a little bit of distance, but we're going to be trying the Hot Ones Challenge. That is correct. We're going to be trying the classic Los Calientes and the Last Dab on real time. So make sure you are tuned in. That's 6 o'clock Central Standard Time this Saturday, November 7th, with none other than Omar Zaki. Really great guy. I'm glad that we can finally collaborate after so long. So make sure you are tuned in and check that out. Let me see. Oh, I am sorry, guys. I've been stuck for a little bit. Yep, I see that. My apologies. There we go. There we go. Thank you, my brother, Eamon, for letting me know your video is frozen. Anyway, I am also keeping tabs of the election, what's going on right now. Joe Biden is at 264, and Donald Trump is at 214. A little nerve-wracking. It's been like that for a minute, and we're just waiting. Supposedly, we are told that it is going to be announced tonight, the new president of the United States of America. So we're very anxious to find out who that might be. It is semi-close, not exactly close, but close enough to put us on the edge. Yeah. Oh boy, what else can I say about this movie and how relevant it is? Let's see. Here's a question that I guess is on Google. Is V for Vendetta set in 2020? The film is set in the late 2020s, and London is now under the authoritarian rule of the fascist High Chancellor Sutler. So it's not Mr. Creedy, the leader of the extremely Nazi-looking Norse Fire Party. The parallels to real-world 2020 are alarming, as this is from The Verge, right? Again, this was released in 2006, but as we have been witnessing, it is very much in parallel. Just like how The Simpsons know how to predict a lot of things that have been coming out. And then some things are falsified and exaggerated. Let's see, what other quote? Creedy is the guy who Creedy is the one who works for, or no, he's a traitor with the government of Britain, and he turns in the prime minister to be assassinated in exchange for I forgot what exactly. Again, I'm gonna watch it to brush up on how great this movie is. The building is a symbol, as in the act of destroying it. Symbols are given power by people. Alone, a symbol is meaningless, but with enough people, blowing up a building can change the world. And I think that is hitting the nail on the head with what happened with 9/11, September 11th, 2001, with the Twin Towers. Very devastating day, and it symbolically dominoed, like in the movie, a number of events that still continue to this day that are just horrible and unforgiving, I would say. Man, I'm really sweating up in here, and it's because of this amazing suit. Let's see. Let's do a quick little refresh. Man. Still the same. We are waiting for Nevada. That's what everybody is waiting on. I remember the movie Head of State with Chris Rock, right, being the first African-American black president of the United States, before Obama in the movie. And the joke was, it all comes down to California. California. Everybody's waiting for California because California would be the last to vote. I'm so actually proud. I want to say I'm very proud of how many more people voted in this presidential election than before, at least 4 years ago. It was a rude awakening, I think, for a generation of new voters to like, hey, this is important. You need to be a part of this. And so do not skip out on the opportunity to have your voice heard, make a difference, and stand for what you believe in, you know. Vote for what you believe in. So yeah, now we're just waiting for Nevada to come in. Right now they say it's at 76% voting, or 76% that's been reported, and a lot is riding on this for sure, 100%. A lot is riding on this. Very nerve-wracking. Let's see what's going on here. Oh yeah, Eamon, you're responding. He's the guy who sided with the PM and turned him into the... Yes. Thank you, Eamon, for correcting. Let's see. I guess a little fun fact of the film, 91% of Google users like the movie. And on IMDb, it's a 8.2 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 73%. Starring Natalie Portman as Evie Hammond, Hugo Weaving as V, and others. Audience rating summary, give it a 4.8. So well done. So well done. Man. I will say, in my defense, that this was kind of put on last minute, because I did not want to miss the opportunity to talk about this film and how amazing it is, what it represents, and how it really caused, I think, positive change in our world to be more open and accepting of others, open and understanding of others, and yeah, it did cause a bit of commotion, I think, not just in the film world, but in a cultural and social aspect, and that's the point. Films are supposed to have that type of impact on reality. Films can be fiction, they can be true, but they are supposed to have that type of impact with your messaging to, make a difference for the better. It's always for the better, never to set back. Fun fact, in cinema history, if you will, November 5th is also famous for what else? I'll give you a year hint, 1955. And that's right, Back to the Future. This is the date that Marty goes back to, I think, go back and right after he left to go to the future in part 1, and then part 2 is when he came back from the future and caught up with him, not himself, but Doc Brown. So yeah, really mind-boggling, but nonetheless, November 5th, 1955. Also in cinema history. Very, very important to know, boys and girls. Oh man, I am sweating up a storm. Oh. If y'all have any comments, questions, concerns, leave them over in the live chat. Reminder again that on Saturday, November 7th at 6 p.m. Central Time, I'm going to be going live with Omar Zaki, not the athlete, not the parkour athlete / actor, but the YouTube vlogger, who is local here in the DFW area. I'm going to have him come on, and we're going to be trying some of the Hot Ones wing sauce, if you will. And I am looking forward to that. It's going to be really, really spicy. So make sure you are tuned in, and make sure you are subscribed to the channel and turn on that post notification, the bell, so you will know when we are going live. But that's, again, November 7th at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is a mouthful to say. Red, yellow, leather. Red, yellow, leather. A little exercise to enunciate. Red, yellow, leather. Red, yellow, leather. Ow, now, brown cow. Ow, now, brown cow. Yep. Come on, man. I'm going to keep saying that again. Still the same. Joe Biden is at 264. Donald Trump is at 214. So technically right now, in terms of the electoral votes, Joe Biden is ahead. Donald Trump is behind. In terms of percentage, Joe is up 50.5%. Trump is 47.9%. And then the vote count for Biden is 72,893,004. And for Trump, it's 69,219,055. So, very nerve-wracking. Oh, we go. We got some more coming in. Vote count is still not that changed, but come on, Nevada. We're still waiting on you, man. I'll be honest. I was hoping that the presidency would be announced during the live stream, just like Obama was during Jon Stewart's Daily Show announcement or programming. It was past 10 o'clock, and I remember he paused and said, ladies and gentlemen, Barack Hussein Obama is our new president. And everybody, I remember watching that, and everybody in the room, we were just going absolutely berserk and nuts. Alhamdulillah. Forgot I had some water here. For a second, I thought it was a prop because, it looks like a camera lens, but no, it's a lens cup. Whew, man. Tell me, how are y'all doing? What's new with you guys? It's been interesting during these last few weeks with the presidential election, and literally we all voted prior or on November 3rd, and here we are 2 days after, and we're still finding out who is going to be our next president of the United States. Another quote from V for Vendetta. Evie said at one point, "No one will ever forget that night and what it meant for this country, but I will never forget the man and what he meant to me." So what I take from that is everybody will know what's happened, but on a personal level, and that's, I think, the takeaway here, is that we should be getting to know each other more on the personal level, not as a general thing, but like to really understand one another, to understand each other's perspectives, to be able to find our commonalities, our similarities, and discover our differences, but celebrate those differences, not ridicule and poke fun of those differences, Again, V for Vendetta, a very powerful film. Did it win any nominations or Oscars? Okay, nominations. Teen Choice Award for Natalie Portman, 2006. Satellite Award for Best Visual Effects. Had some really nice visual effects, especially during the fight sequence at the end. Australian Film Institute International Award for Hugo Weaving. Hugo Award for Best Dramatic Presentation given to a few of the cast. Teen Choice Award for Film in 2006. Excellent in Production Design, ADG,
2007. Nebula Award for Best Script, 2008. So we got all these nominations, but what about awards? Let's go to IMDb for that. And it won Natalie Portman the Best Actress Saturn Award. And that's according to the Academy. And it was nominated for the Saturn Award for Best Writing, Science Fiction Film, and Best Costume. Great costume. I love V's outfit. I was very tempted to grab the NECA quarter scale figure, but then I decided, not so much. I am happy with my collection right now, and I think this is it. I don't think I'll add any more. Anyway, the Art Directors Guild for 2007. It was nominated for production design for fantasy film. Australian Film Institute nominee for Best Actor, Hugo Weaving. These are all nominees, but then they won the Golden Schmoes Award in 2006. Winner, Natalie Portman, Best Actress of the Year. And Favorite Movie Poster of the Year. That's interesting. Let's see. I just want to keep that on the side just in case. It was nominated in the Golden Schmoes Award. Favorite Movie of the Year, Best Sci-Fi Movie of the Year, Coolest Character of the Year, Most Memorable Scene in the Movie, Destruction of Parliament. Best Line of the Year, People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people. Best Line of the Year, and I think that is V's entire dialogue, which I attempted earlier. Please forgive me for butchering it. I am not a wordsmith, unlike my wife, who is. Golden Trailer Awards was a nominee for Best Action. Nominee. Okay, here we go. Winner, International Cinematographers Film Festival. Winner, Adrian Biddle. I believe he is the cinematographer for the film. And it was shot very well. I loved it. It was so good. San Diego Film Critics Society Award. It was a winner for Best Production Design. Nominee. Winner, SFX Awards in the UK for Best Actress, Natalie Portman. Man, she's killing it. And nominee. Okay. That's pretty much it. Now, I myself like to go into some of my favorite films and check out the technical side of the specs of the making of the film. So it is a 2 hour and 12 minute. It was sound mixed, DTS, Dolby Digital, and so on. It's in color. Aspect ratio 2.35 to 1. And they used RE cameras, the LT ST235 RE Flex, and then RE Flex 435 Extreme, and then Cooke lenses, S4 lenses, and negative format, 35 millimeter. Cinematic process, digital intermediate, 4K. And then it was printed 35 millimeter anamorphic. Oh, it's beautiful. I can't wait to really try my anamorphic lenses for my upcoming film that I'm going to be doing soon. So make sure you are tuned in for that. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you have that bell turned on. You don't want to miss it. Trust me. Muhammad Akbay says, this is amazing quality. Barakallah feek. Thank you so much, bro. I am very... I take a lot of pride in providing quality, and especially that means for my live streams. In the past, on my YouTube channel, I would do some live streams, but it'd be straight from my iPad, and so the quality was not top tier. But then as soon as I became more fond of video mixers and the like, I knew that I had to up the quality from my own productions. even for a live stream. And I know that it's possible because, like I've mentioned in a previous video, especially unboxing this particular video mixer, that it is a TV studio in a box, and it's phenomenal. What you can do with this. It does have its limitations. I wish it had 4 inputs instead of just 3, but even with 3 inputs, it's amazing. You can have 3 cameras, or 2 cameras and a computer, or whatever, right, as your inputs. But then it also has the built-in audio mixer, 2 microphone inputs. You can change certain audio effects, like having background music, reverb, voice changer, sound effects, right? Give it up for yourselves. Thank you very, very much. Really appreciate it. Something like that. It's just amazing. So, and then recently, actually I take that back, not recently. Soon after I purchased this, there was a release in the firmware upgrade. So this allows you to do green screen. So you can take 2 inputs, one being camera 1 on a green screen, and then camera or input 2 or input 3 would be a computer with whatever background, and you can just composite and mix it. So you can do real-time green screening. But yes, thank you so much, Muhammad, for that comment. Amazing quality. I do take a lot of pride in making sure I look good, not just for YouTube, but for my Zoom meetings and Skype calls and the like. So thank you very much. Anyway, let's see. Did we go over the specs? We went over the full specs, right? Yes, we did. Filming and production. Okay, a lot of locations. You have the UK, Germany, and Chicago. So 3 countries in the US, Germany, and the UK, United Kingdom, but just a lot of different, really not that many locations if you really think about it, which I like, because that way it keeps production small and it's a lot more quicker to get through. Did they mention how long it was? In terms of production, how long did it take? Wow. Filming dates from March 7th of 2005 to June 9th of 2005. March, April, May, June. 3 months. And I think that's kind of on average. Depends on the story, really. But I know, for example, The Message, again, it was 2 full different speaking casts, so it did take much longer. Was it 9 months of filming? Thanks for the breakdown. That applause was great. MashaAllah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see. What was I saying? Yeah, The Message. I think... Let me actually look it up on IMDb. Because I want to say it was about 9 months. Of filming. Let's see. Filming and production. Okay, it just says 3rd of April, 1974. What about the parallel, Ar-Risala, which is Arabic version of the film? Oh, I am so off. It took 2 years. 1974 to 1976. This is before Star Wars. Wow. SubhanAllah. If y'all watch the documentary of The Message, you will be amazed. What is this? The Message? What? Camp Arrowhead? What? What about this Message? 2009? That's a Japanese film. since I'm on here, I'm going to complain a little bit. Why hasn't the message been remastered for 4K for commercial release? I don't know. And I'm kind of annoyed because it's such a great film. A fictitious historical fiction on the life of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That needs to be released in 4K because it's shot on anamorphic film and it's gonna look amazing. I heard that they did remaster it in 4K for a screening of some sort a couple years ago. But why hasn't it been put into production for a theatrical release or for commercial? No idea. But I'm annoyed, and I want that. I want at least digital 4K streaming, like on Vudu or wherever else. Come on, Anchor Bay. If y'all are watching, let's do this. I want it. We have to have it. Anyway. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it here. I think it's a good spot to wrap up. This has been absolutely amazing and phenomenal to do this live stream about V for Vendetta, one of the great films of our time. Very powerful, very moving, strong messaging that I think we can all benefit from and incorporate into our lives, especially with the presidential election happening now. It's more relevant than ever. And still no update so far. But I'm sure we're all going to be in a shocker. Not a shocker, but we're all just waiting with anticipation with what's going to happen next. So enough politics. I hope y'all enjoyed this live stream of Real Time, where we are live talking about film and television and everything in between. If y'all enjoyed this live stream, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you hit that post notification down below. I messed that up a little bit. Make sure you hit that post notification down below and hit it 2020 style, as Peter McKinnon would say. And until next time, I will see y'all later. Peace. I'm sorry, this has been happening quite frequently because I'm running this off of an external hard drive, but here's the final outro. One more time, here you go.